Mike muted on me. It's the one and only Paul Masson. We live for Vietnam, another live for Vietnam Friday. Hopefully everybody's doing well. The weather's definitely nice out here, so I can't complain about the Carolina blue skies and the Carolina weather. Don't forget we got music reviews tomorrow. Every Saturday we're doing them at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can submit to livefromfayettenam@gmail.com. That's livefromfayettenam@gmail.com. MP3 only. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. We live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And also go follow the Paul Pickett podcast as well. If you're into combat sports or bare knuckle fighting, do a lot of bare knuckle fight interviews over on the Paul Pickett podcast. Also available on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, and much, much more. Let's give our guests a little bit of time to come on. Give them a little bit of time. Rest in peace to Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris passed yesterday. I think pretty much everybody knew who the hell Chuck Norris was. So rest in peace to that cat. He was 86, 87 years old. I think he was in Hawaii at the time when he passed. I wasn't a big Chuck Norris fan, like of his movies, but he had a ton of movies. He was well known. He had the Walker Texas Ranger, which had probably a cult following. All right, let's introduce our guest. He is dope on. Some of y'all might know him, EMC, and some of y'all might know him just from his solo work. Because, like I said, he's a dope MC. Let's bring on the one and only Punchline from NYC.
What up? What up? What
Punch,
up?
how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. And yourself?
How's I can't complain, man. I appreciate you taking the time out to do the interview.
Sure.
How's the weather?
It's getting better. It's nice up here now. It's starting to warm up. It's like 55 degrees.
Okay. So let's start with a standard question. Who or what first got you into MCing?
I had an older brother who used to rap, so watching him do it
Okay.
kind of influenced me to kind of play with it. But once the moment that I heard what was the record? Whatchamacallit? It was Jam on It. No, I'm sorry, the Message, Melly Mel, the Message. When I heard that
Okay.
record,
Okay.
then it kind of like really pulled me in and made me want to like kind of pursue it.
Now, was your original rap name Punchline or was it something else?
Oh yeah, went to a bunch of. At first, it was just my regular name. I didn't have no rap name, and then I had went with the name Divine for a little while, and then after that, I just went to Punchline.
Okay. And that definitely fits you, man. I like that. That's a dope name to fit you because you a dope MC.
Thank you.
So Wordsworth, you and him had this duo together back in the days. That's kind of when I first heard you, Lyricist Lounge, you and Words. How did you guys meet? Because y'all almost felt like totally different.
So I was in a group, right? I was always in a group setting, never solo artist. So one of the
Okay.
guys left the group, and we was looking to replace him with somebody else. So one of the members in the group, his name is Sono, my friend Kareem. He went to high school with
Mhm.
Words at Norman Thomas High School in Manhattan. So
Okay.
he told me about Words. He's like, I met this kid, I saw him rhyme, and he's dope. So I was like, bring him around or whatever. He brought Words around. I heard him rap, and then from there, we just always been together, linked in.
That's what's up. And so when y'all started doing the Lyricist Lounge, y'all both got that opportunity together, correct?
Yes, around that time, we was together at that point.
And how did all that come about? Where y'all started, like y'all were on the Lyricist Lounge Volume 1, and then y'all were, I guess, performing at a lot of the events, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, so how that started was I had a manager at the time, my man John Vasquez. Um, he managed us and played our demo to Anthony and Danny at Lyricist Lounge. They heard it, they liked it, and asked us to perform the showcase. It was supposed I forgot if somebody was supposed to host it and they didn't show up. So Q-Tip wound up being the host of that show that me and Words did. So we rehearsed for it and everything. We'd go perform. One thing led to another. Q-Tip liked me in Words, and that's how we got down with Q-Tip and Tribe at that point.
I was just about to ask that because you had the song y'all were on the Tribe album, and it made all the sense, that that would probably when that opportunity happened for y'all, and that's got to be a big deal at that time to be on a Tribe album, right?
Yeah, at that point. So thanks to Consequence, because Consequence was there, and he's like, "Yo, whoever them two guys are, I want to do a record with them." He told Tip that, and then Tip came to us. We exchanged numbers, and then we had a meeting one day, and then he was telling us about this new crew he was trying to form called the Uma Family, which consisted of it was Slum Village, Tribe, a female rapper by the name of Jane Doe, who at the time her name was
Yeah.
Punchline. So she changed
Oh,
her name to Jane Doe. Consequence, Most Def, and that was the crew.
so the Lyricist Lounge was pretty legendary for hip hop. Like, what was the energy like at that whole time?
It was a lot of rhyming. Like it was just dudes all day and night just rhyming and performing and ciphering, going off of the head. So it was kind of like a place that we kind of sharpened our tools. You know what I mean? Being around everybody else who was kind of witty and sharp with it made us have to come with it. So we always stayed on top of our game because you never know at any moment you might just get into a battle with somebody, right? So you had to always be on point and ready.
I mean, there was a lot of talented artists on the Lyricist Lounge circuit with the volume 1, the volume 2, just the shows at that time. A good friend of mine who I just talked to yesterday, DV alias Christ, was on one of those Lyricist Lounge. Was he around at that time when you were doing the stuff too?
Christ was around. Yeah, I seen him around. He had a he had a deal running around with Trigger and Smooth and all that. So
Yeah, yeah.
he was off doing his thing, but he would pop through. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't there for every event, but he was there. You know what I'm saying?
So y'all had the song Decipher, which was on Lyricist Lounge Volume 1. Now,
Hmm.
did that song sample this? Was that the same sample that Das Effects sampled for the We Want Effects joint?
Yes, it's the James Brown sample. So yeah, we
The
chopped it up a
James
little bit.
Brown, yeah.
Yeah, we chopped it up a little bit. That was produced by my man Kurt Gowdy, who at the time was with the production team, the Trackmasters.
Which goes into my next question is how did you end up working with Kurt Gowdy? And you said he was part of Trackmasters. I didn't remember that at the time.
Okay, so how that all came about was as kids, we had demos. Everybody would shop their demo around. So there's an event that used to happen in New York City called Jacob Javits Center Auto Show. So I went
Okay.
there and I had a demo on me. And, as kids, we was going there trying to meet girls and whatnot. But I always kept the demo and I saw some dudes that I recognized from a music video that I saw on Via Music Box, which is a show that used to come on out here in New York. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
see these guys. I ran up on him. I said, "Yo, I rap. Listen to my demo." So he put the headphones on, checked it out. He's like, "Yo, all right, take my number. Call me tomorrow, and we gonna set up some studio time." I was like, "All right." The guy who I met was part of a group that Chub Rock had put out called the A Team. The A Team consisted
I
of
remember
a
them.
guy named Rob Swinger and Hot Dog, which was his dancer. So these are the guys I
Okay.
met, and Poke and Tone was there with them because that's who they produced as well at the time. So
Yeah.
one thing led to another. We call them. We go to Brooklyn, and ever since then they've been like kind of like schooling us on how to make records and things of that nature, all while still making a name for themselves.
Wasn't that a beautiful time in hip hop when you could just play a demo for a guy and doors would open up and opportunity would open up? Because that doesn't happen nowadays, man.
Nah, nobody wants to be bothered. Nobody wants to demo because they automatically assume you're horrible, so they don't want to waste their time listening to you. Right? So it's
Yeah.
like you gotta come ready. They gotta see you somewhere else and be like, who's that? It's no longer the let me rap for you. You know what I mean?
So you recorded a lot at D&D Studios. What was D&D the vibe like? I heard it was just like some cats say like pissy, grimy. Oh, I've heard all types of things.
It was very hip hop. I'll say that. D&D Studios was very hip hop. They had two rooms.
Okay.
DJ Premier had the A room, so you was never getting in that room. That room just belonged to Primo. And then in the midst was a pool table, right? And then on the other end was the room that they would rent out to any and everybody else. So we had that room, right? And you'll see Primo in
Yeah.
passing or whatever. It was cool, he's a cool dude. So, but it was dope
Yeah.
because all these people would just stop through. You know,
Yeah.
it'd be an MOP one day. It'll be whatever rapper that's looking to get a preem beat. So you would see all this stuff going down. But at the pool table was where all the gambling went. So dudes was rolling CeeLo, and that's kind of where you get into conversation with cats and learn who dudes was.
Okay.
So that's how I got to meet a Freddie Fox. You know what I mean? Preem's man Gordon, his engineer Eddie Sancho at the time. So we all just became cool, just talking shit, rolling
Yeah.
dice. But yeah, but
That
like I
seems
said,
like that
very
was
hip
a
hop.
good spot to it seemed like it was a good spot to have the opportunity to collab with a lot of artists too, with all the different names coming through there.
Yeah. I mean, being an up and coming rapper, I couldn't afford some of those features. I tried to get an MOP feature, couldn't afford it back then. That was around the time they was just dropping Annie Up.
Damn. And so Premier, like, he basically rented the whole studio out 365
That
the
dude
whole year?
lived there. That's his room. Unless he told them, you can rent it out, this, that, and the third. That's Preem's room. Like his records
Yeah.
are in there, his equipment's in there. He's mixing Biggie records, all that. You would go into the room and you would see all these reels and all the artists' names and songs that he did. Like you see the Biggie reel for Kicking the Door. You'll see Unbelievable. You'll see all
Yeah.
these tracks that he produced, Gangstar stuff. It's like, damn. It's like looking at a wall, like a legendary wall full of reels.
Did he have a bed in there?
It felt like it, yeah. Got the couch in there.
So, are you willing to talk about the EMC?
Yeah, you told me.
Okay. So you end up touring with Master Ace and I'm guess Strickland,
Mhm.
and y'all formed this super group, which I was a super group. Master Ace, Strickland, you, Words. What do you remember most about that time?
Well, that was my first time touring ever in Europe. So how it all began was me and Words put out the EP, the Punch and Words EP. The guy who
Yeah.
owned the company played it to Ace. He liked it. He said, "Yo, I want to meet them." He met us. Then he talked about us opening up for him on the tour. So that was our first experience going overseas. So me and Words didn't even know if they knew who the hell we were, but come to find out after a couple of shows, they knew exactly who we were,
They
and
do.
it made everything
Yeah.
smooth. So we had a ball. Like it was to have a tour experience like that overseas was really, really cool. People coming out to see you as opposed to it just being a regular showcase or something. You know what I'm saying? So on that tour, we all got the bond and kind of filled each other out. And I think a fan made a comment on might have been MySpace back then. Something about us being a group, and nobody had that thought. It just came from a comment that somebody said, and then it just planted the seed. And Ace was like, "Yo, what y'all think about this?" One thing led to another. We
Yeah.
formed the EMC. Originally, it was GMC, but somebody had the name, so we went from GMC to EMC.
Okay. Oh, you brought up the EP that you and Words had. Was that the plan the whole time, or was there a plan to do a LP initially?
Originally, it was supposed to have been a full length album, but doing the independent route, Words wanted to wait for a major deal. So he's like, let's just do the EP. So him coming off the
Okay.
season 2 of the Lyricist
Okay.
Lounge show, it we rolled right into recording that EP. So that's how all of that came about. But yeah, we always had plans of making a full length.
Now you ended up walking away from the group EMC. What led to that initially?
Like it's, when you get in a group situation, it can be hard. You got to be able to sometimes play the background or just
Yeah,
be the front man or whatever. You got to play
yeah.
your position. And within that, it just got a little confusing with everybody trying to be a boss or just trying to run the show how they want to run the show. So it was some petty minor stuff and whatnot. It wasn't nothing like detrimental. Like nobody slept with somebody's girl or stole
Yeah,
money. It was just musically and creatively just bumping
yeah,
heads. So I bumped heads a lot with Ace. And one thing led to another.
yeah.
We did a tour and went left again. And then after that, they kicked me out the group. I didn't leave the group. They kicked me out the group. So there's a little difference.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, they kicked me out the
okay.
group. But
Yeah,
we
cause I
had,
interviewed Lord Digger. You familiar? Oh, go ahead.
yeah,
What were
yeah.
you
I
gonna
know
say?
Diggum. No, I was about to say, so the album that the
Yeah, cause
last album they put out, The Late Show, I think it was called. I recorded the album with them, so
yeah,
I'm on that album. But they took me off after
okay.
they kicked me out the group because we did the EP, The Turning Point, and then right after it was supposed to be the album. So after kicking me out, they had to take me off the album and kind of get features and other things to fill those slots on where I was rapping at. So it's unfortunate. I have that
Which I
actual full length. I have those recordings on my computer, but it's unfortunate that you guys didn't get to hear it the way it was supposed to be intended.
Yeah, cause when I interviewed Lord Digger, I mean, he said he had a falling out with Ace too, so and it happens in the business. And I think I interviewed, Q Unique, and one thing that was interesting, he said to me about, like, rap groups. He said, "Rap groups are nothing but a bunch of lead singers."
Yeah, it could be like that. You know what I mean? Um, my thing with me was I'm more business minded when it comes to things. So you're not just going to tell me something and I'm gonna just do it just because you said so, right? I'm in a group with you. You're not my
Mhm.
manager, right? It's like
Yeah.
we got to talk and communicate, and sometimes that didn't happen. You know what I mean? So it was a learning experience. I will definitely say that. I'll chalk it up to instead of doing business, we did homeboy business, and doing homeboy business ain't never good. You know what I mean? We got to be professional. So we got to have paperwork. We got to have a lot of things in order. And unfortunately, at that time, that stuff wasn't what it was. It was homeboy business.
Yeah, and I can see a cat like Ace that been in the game so long always feeling like he's gonna be the head honcho.
Yeah. And this is no diss to Ace. I'm just talking about the situation, honestly. There's no diss to him. Like I've seen him since
Yeah.
recent. We've chatted, you know what I mean?
So, how do you feel about now?
You ask me whatever.
No, I said,
You
how
can
do
ask
you
me.
feel about the current state of lyricism in hip hop?
Um, it's a lost art. I mean, there are some dudes that, it's like looking for a needle in a haystack. Not everybody's lyrical, and I feel like the younger generation, because they can't do it, oh, nobody listens to lyrics. Oh yeah, I'm hearing you mumble, and I'm listening, and I don't like what I'm hearing. So the people do actually like lyrics. They want to rap along and all that. They do that melodic rap, what they do, but there's still lyricism, and people want that, like a R.J. Payne or something like that. You know what I mean? How Griselda came in and did what they did with Benny and
Yeah.
Conway. You know what I mean? It's still wanted, it's still needed. You know what I mean? And being a New Yorker, that's what we are. We're lyricists in New York. We're not the melodic, stingy rap type people. That's not who we are here.
So, you had how many solo projects you dropped? About 2 or 3?
I dropped the Underground Superstar with DJ Soul Clap, so that would be one. Since then I've put out a bunch of singles and stuff like that. The Punch of Words EP and EMC stuff. So I only did one solo, but I do have an album in the works now.
Okay. Can you tell us anything about that?
Yeah, it's the album. It's called the Return Policy, and it's entirely produced by a producer from Boston by the name of Confidence. He has a bunch of stuff that he had produced that's out now. So he did the full length album, and we still putting some finishing touches on it. I got some features on it, and I'll leave that a surprise because I want everybody to kind of wait till
Okay.
they read it and see it. You know what I mean? I don't want throw it out there too soon. But I got some cool dudes, a lot of lyricism, and it's some good hip hop.
Now, I seen a record on, Instagram when I was promoting the flyer of You and Confidence. Is that one of the songs that's on the album as well?
Yeah, there's two records we released. One is called No Capping that featured damn, what's my man's name? My brain went blank. Oh, Bad Seed, and the other one,
Okay.
It's All Fair, is the other record.
Another thing I wanna know, like, when you got kicked out of AMC, did Word stay in the group?
Yeah, word stayed in the group. That kind of what led to the me and him kind of parting ways at that point. Because if
Yeah,
for me at that time it felt like betrayal. You know what I mean? Like didn't have any
yeah,
full understanding of it. Because I
yeah,
always felt like Ace couldn't kick me out the group if he didn't be cool with it, right? If he was like, well, if he's
yeah,
out, I'm out,
yeah.
then that would have changed things. But at that time, that's how I felt and whatnot. But yeah, it kind of put a wedge in between us, so that's why we kind of parted ways. And he went and did his own thing, and I went and did mine.
No, that would've left a bad taste in my mouth too. I start, with this guy and we're a
Yeah,
duo, then we join this group, I get kicked out the group, and you stay in the group, and you don't really got my back. Yeah, I would have a sour taste in my mouth for that too.
yeah. And you could also like a fan could look at it like that, like, why did he stay and the other one left? That might
Yeah.
make one of your fans. Like if you're a words fan, that might make you look at it differently. You know what I'm saying? So there's two ways of looking at it, but like I said, that was then.
Any fan with common sense would, that followed y'all's journey would add that up and say, like, "Something doesn't feel right here."
Hmm.
Something
Yeah,
definitely doesn't feel right. But that, like you said, it's the group aspect, man. It's a tough thing in the music business, period.
yeah. I mean, like like I said, I was always in a group setting. So it's Punching Words was the
Yeah,
group, right? Ace has been a
yeah,
solo artist. Strick has been a solo artist. So for me, that was Ace's first time really doing something like that group wise. Yeah, he had the INC, but they never released an album like that. You know what I mean? They featured on his
yeah,
album. That's different, but
yeah.
this is all of us creatively throwing into the pot and kind of trying to come up with stuff. So sometimes, you bump heads on certain things.
Now, I'm pretty sure you get most of your shows overseas, correct?
Yeah, because the market here in the States ain't like that no more.
What is that about, you think? Why is that?
No money. So a lot of stuff here, you might get some shows in Cali. Maybe you might get some in Atlanta and Miami, but outside of that, unless you tapped in with the colleges and stuff like that, or you put a tour together, you might deal with a lot of janky promoters here in the States, as opposed to Europe. They pay you. They,
Yeah,
they like they don't play with that. They'll pay you, and everything's on the up and up. You know what I mean? And they kind of look at the music differently than we do here. We kind of get spoiled and take it for granted in the States. Over there, it's like you're
yeah.
not
Are
gonna
we
see Max Bass every day, so I'm going to that show, right? And he has these people with him. I'm
Yeah,
going to that show. They don't here. It's like Max Bass. Oh, he old. I don't see him. I'm going to go see Big X the Plug or something. You know what I mean?
yeah. Do you think part of the problem could be that a lot of these fans back in, 80s and 90s that said they loved hip hop weren't really true fans. They were just the casual fans that actually, as the music changes, they just follow the trend of what everybody else thinks is popular or cool.
Yeah, I'll say there's a percentage of people like that. I'm not gonna say all of them, but there's
Yeah,
percentage of people that are like that. Follow the trend or whatever. Um, but I mean, it's part of the game that we in. So that's why you always
yeah.
have to reinvent yourself or try to stay current as much as you can. You know what I mean? Doing features with younger artists and things of that nature.
And that's another thing. There's definitely a disconnect from the old generation to the new. And it's not just hip hop, it's also in like basketball and NBAs. There's a disconnect where the younger generation just disrespect the hell out of people that came before them and built like the NBA wouldn't be what it is without Michael Jordan. But you got these new cats like they shitting on Jordan, Kobe, and everybody that built
Mhm.
this up to where they can make that money. And it's like, where the hell is this coming from?
Yeah. I think hip hop is the only genre where we shit on those that paved the way for
Yeah,
us, right? They don't do that in
yeah.
R&B. They don't do that in rock and roll. They don't do that in country.
Definitely not in
But
rock.
when it comes to hip hop, it's
Yeah,
bump them old dudes. I don't them old heads, get them out of here. Like we're in the way or something. Like no, I still have creativity in me that I want to release and put out to the public. It shouldn't stop you from doing your thing, right? We may not even have the
yeah.
same fan base. Do your thing. I'm not in the way, and I'm here to help.
I realized there was a difference when, like you said, like the rock artists, like if I book like 4 old school R&B artists and take them on to coliseums and stuff, they probably selling out every spot. But we did a show one time. It was Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh, Houdini, and MC Light, and it barely sold. And I was like, "Whoa, what is going on here?" These are
Yeah,
absolute legends. Absolute legends. Every last one of these acts is, I mean, absolute legends. And it was just like
yeah.
nobody showed up.
I kind of put that on the parents because, like, when I as a kid coming up, James Brown and them ain't my era, but my parents played it in the house,
Yeah,
so I know the records. Even
yeah,
if I thought like, oh, that's that old music my mom would be listening to, I know it, right? Then you later on understand like,
yeah,
oh, such and such rapped over that beat, so there's a connection there, right? So you start connecting all
yeah,
these dots and seeing like, oh, there's not that much difference between the old and new. Yeah, that music was created then, but today it still resonates and it still plays better than some
yes,
current records. So it's like you just gotta, if you're gonna do music, I feel you have to be a fan of the music. You have to study it. You gotta know your art. It's not just about you and having an ego and just saying everything is about me, me, me. Like, no, you really need to study who did what and where it came from and why you were even rapping the way you're rapping today.
yeah. And I'm big on the history of things. I mean, if you actually go back and looked at my podcast, I interview a lot of people from the 80s and 90s. I like to call what I say digging in the crates for interviews. Like, I like to interview, like, yeah, I would like to interview Buckshot for Black Moon, but for me, I would first I wanted to interview 5 Footer, the guy that gets overlooked and kind
Hmm.
of underrated, and get his story first. You know what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
like to go digging for the people that kind of get overlooked and overrated. I mean, underrated or need to be reintroduced, or and that's the thing with groups. There's always levels to this shit. There's always
Yeah,
sometimes guys that are just better than you. You know what I'm saying? So they get the attention a little more. A lot of same thing with Naughty by Nature. You got Tretch and Vin Rock was just really Vin Rock to me was a really great like role player. He was a guy who
yeah.
knew his role, team
Hmm.
player, knew he wasn't gonna be the star, and when he got his time to shine, he shined.
Right. Yeah, nah.
But
That
even
was
they're
one of
having
my favorites.
problems. But
Yeah,
even they're
they
having
beefing
problems
now.
now.
Yeah, they're beefing now. That's which is crazy. Grown adults.
Don't you feel I mean, do you ever feel some kind of way when you see like acts like that can't do nothing, can't work together no more? Pete Rock and CL Smooth and whoever.
I think, yeah, I see that, and sometimes I say to myself, I don't know the full story on how deep the turmoil is that might have caused the breakup. But at the end of the day, if we talking about music, make it about the music.
Mm,
The fans want it.
yeah,
Give the fans what they want, right? You could do
yeah,
album with Common, which is dope. I love the project. But deep
yeah.
down, they want to see Pete Rock and CL Smooth together. So it's like, yo, you might have to just figure this out. It's just music. Like, get together, send him some beats, let him see what he writes and comes back with. Start the process and go from there. You know what I'm saying?
Also
That's how I look at it.
another thing I be thinking about is that a lot of the like you said, Pete Rock did the album with Common.
Um,
I think we need to see a lot of more of these too. You had Elder Sensei do an album with Sadat X, and they're doing another version. I think artists need to join forces nowadays just to preserve it, just to be more successful, just to bring fan bases together and make the situation bigger. Because I mean, it's sad to say, but the true hip hop fan base, it's shrinking, man.
Yeah.
We got to find
It,
ways to
it,
reintroduce people like
mhm.
to the new generation and stuff.
Yeah, now you gotta like before it was placed in front of your face, now you gotta go digging for that. Like you gotta really
Yeah,
look and find these new inspiring, dope artists. You know what I mean? It's not in your face. It's like you looking at a wall full of a million artists. You don't know who's good and who's not. So it's like I gotta listen to 20 bad ones before I get to the one that's half decent.
so how do you feel about AI?
Um, it's cool. I'm not going to
Okay.
shit on it. It's good. It can't it can't give you that feel though, right?
Yeah.
So it can create the song. I can type and make the prompts, make it what I want to make it, but it's never going to have that feel, right? So imagine a AI version of a DMX song. You ain't gonna have that same grit and
Yeah,
growl,
yeah, that
right? You
energy.
know,
Yeah,
it's
that
not gonna
energy.
do that. So it's like it's cool, but figure out a way to use it. Don't let it use you.
I've always said like artists that are, you know, trying to boycott AI, just make better music or make really good music.
Hmm.
Just make good music. That's that's
Hmm.
that's all you gotta do.
Now, if you're a rapper that's not good with making hooks and choruses, maybe you can use
Yeah,
AI just for your hooks and choruses, and you write your own verse, right? Because you get that a
yeah,
lot with lyricists that oh they can't make a song or the hook is horrible. All right, well maybe you can play with some AI and see what
yeah.
other ideas and concepts you come up with.
Some lyrical cats can really stray away from anything mainstream, you
Yeah.
know, and I mean, that's a good idea because at the end of the day, hit records are really beats and hooks.
Hmm.
They're beats and hooks. If you say something dope afterwards, that's just icing on the cake and cherry on the top.
Hmm. True. All
You
they're gonna
know,
remember
you got
is the chorus. All they're gonna remember is the hook. They're not
yeah,
gonna remember rhyme.
and the more simple and basic the hook is, the better. Because I think people fail to realize that the average fan still has to be able to recite some of your music.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you get complex, some guys are so complex. Like who can recite Tretch?
Right.
You know, Busta's not easy to recite. Um, there's a lot of guys. Tech Nine. I mean, I don't know nobody could just recite every Tech Nine song. You know,
Yeah.
but I
Nah.
think you got to have that song that somebody can at least recite. Because the average fan, they're not music makers. They're not complex MCs. They're not dope rappers. You know, they
Yeah.
need something as basic as possible that they could. That's why the ABC rhymes have always there's had a lot of rappers with the ABC rhymes that have big hit records, man, because they're just easy to recite.
I, I I try to tell a lot of rappers that I mean, as much as you can go on the record and kill it, right? At
Yeah,
some point, the fans know you for being super lyrical, and they know you're nice with it. How much more lyrical are you going to get? At this point, have fun with it. Make a regular
yeah,
record. You know what I mean? Like, I know you can kill it. It's like, all right, what else can you do? Like, oh, just can you make something for the girls? Can you make something to make people want to dance, or just some thought provoking shit where it's just really cool and I can sing along with you, as opposed to it being all these metaphors and you rapping over somebody's head. You know what I mean? You got to have fun with it. You can't. If you're
and
40
that's what
years old killing it like that, we get it. You're nice. I got it. What else?
I loved about you and Words. Y'all made some records that were fun records sometimes.
Mhm.
You know, especially Words' style. His style was kind of like I always felt like it was a fun rapper style. Like he was always having fun. I was listening to a song earlier, the Cypher one, and I was like, yeah, he just feel like he's always having fun when he rhymes.
Yeah. I know he cringes when he hears it because his voice sounds so young. He was like, "Oh my god, I hate my
Yeah.
voice right there."
You think there's ever a chance that you and him, like, kinda rekindle things?
Yeah, no, we cool. We friends.
Oh, y'all cool? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
actually today we just released a so I did a song on his album that he has out with Stu Bangers, Chemistry. And
Okay.
we dropped the video for the song off of that album. It's called "I Was Raised." So it's words.
Yeah.
It's two bangers featuring myself and Apathy. It's called "I Was Raised," and it just dropped today. So everybody can go check out the video on YouTube today.
I think there's a guy that might have produced from You and Words or one of y'all from Fayetteville. You know a cat named Ervin Ford?
Oh yeah, I know him. Yeah, I know you talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, that's my mans. He used to produce a lot of my, albums back in the days. I've known him forever since I was a teenager. We used to play ball in the
Okay.
backyard. But I know he produced for a couple of y'all, if I'm not mistaken, because he's into that. I know he's cool with words, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's
Yeah,
pretty heavy still.
I think I met him through words. That's how I met him.
Yeah, he got some real nice beats, a nice production, especially for artists like y'all, man.
Yeah, if he's still making beats, holla.
Yeah,
We're working.
I'll send him your way because he produced, half of the Rockness album,
Oh, okay, dope.
which
Yeah,
I
I
thought was
like
a
it.
big thing for him because I love Rockness.
Hmm.
Gosh.
Yeah, he's dope.
Did you did you ever have rap beefs with any other rappers?
Let me think. Did I? I guess my only rap beef was with Master Ace at that time, but outside of that, nah, not really. I didn't really have no problems with nobody. I don't know. I've
Y'all
always
didn't
had
call each other out on no song, did y'all?
who call me out?
You or Ace, y'all called each other out on no song or something?
Nah, yeah, I've listened and
No.
I
Okay.
listened hard to everything he released after I got kicked out. I ain't hear him say one thing about me. He said stuff in interviews,
Yeah,
but as far as on record,
yeah,
nah, he didn't. He didn't do anything.
yeah. In
Yeah, he don't want that
interviews,
smoke.
sometimes you can't
He
help
don't,
because yeah, he said they
he
don't
don't
want
want
that
that
smoke.
smoke. He don't want that smoke.
What other things are you passionate about outside of music?
Um, Outside music would probably be the main thing for me, man. But outside of that, I love. I'm a big basketball fan and
Okay,
whatnot, and just my friends and family. You know what I mean? I got my son. You know what I mean? I got my best friends. That I'm good right there with that. That's like the brotherhood with my friends is dope.
and, do you got, like, a list of any producers or artists that you still been wanting to work with that you haven't worked with yet?
Yeah, producer wise, one always everybody's gonna say DJ Premier, Dr. Dre,
Yeah, that's yeah.
Knots. Knots is one of my favorites.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
DJ Scratch, one of my favorites that I haven't worked with that I want to work with. Um, who's another? There's another. Oh, and my man Buck Wild. Like we've talked. I see him in passing.
Okay,
We still
yeah.
haven't connected, and I'm still trying to connect with Large Pro. So those would be the
Oh,
six.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Rap wise, there's a bunch of people I want to work with that I haven't worked with rap wise. I like the chick Shay Noir. She's from
Okay,
Buffalo. She's dope.
yeah,
Definitely want to work with RJ Payne. Um,
okay,
I worked with Ravcast already.
okay.
Uh, there's several people. This mind just goes to blank. So many.
Yeah, because I know you did a lot of features with a lot of different people. Is there one that stands out to you that you've done?
Um, there's a few. I'll probably say first one would probably be the joint we did with Most Def and Quali, the Twice in a Lifetime
Oh,
on the
yeah, I
Black
forgot
Star
about that,
album.
the Black Star. Yeah,
Black Star album. Then the Tribe Called Quest joint, Rock Y'all,
of
would be
course,
like my
yeah,
top. And then the record me and Razcast did on Kid Capri soundtrack to the streets. It was called One on One. Originally, it was supposed to have been him and Cannabis. The Cannabis didn't make the studio session. So that same day, I get into a cipher with 50, Consequence, Nori, and myself. It's
yeah,
circulating on YouTube if anybody wants to see it. So
yeah.
Kid Capri was there when we did that. So once he saw me rap and do that, he asked me to jump on the record. So I kind of just said some rhymes I had already written. So I just went in there and did the record. I still try to see if I get words on it. He's like, nah, I gotta finish the album today. So I was like, all right, cool. So I just rapped, did it, and that was that. So that would be like probably my top three favorite features. And I like the last two features I did recently with words. So the one I was raised on this album, he has chemistry, and then there was another Stu Bangers album he did last year that I did a record. It was me, him, and Ali Vegas.
Oh, Ali Vegas is nice.
Yeah. So
I
hopefully
like
y'all
I
get this
like
out.
him.
Yeah, the video, the song, everything's out. So y'all go on YouTube and check it out.
So you freestyle with 50. Is this before Get Rich or Die Trying, I'm guessing?
Yeah, it was before Get Rich. So at the time, me and him was signed to the same production company. We was both signed to Trackmasters. So that's how I
Oh,
met him.
okay.
So this is before the shots,
Yeah.
before anything happened. So he was fresh out of jail and wanted to make that transition into music. So cool dude, you know what I'm saying?
Was this before the How to Rob an Industry N-word song?
The freestyle was a little bit before the How to Rob record, but it came not too long after,
Yeah.
like a few months after. So
Yeah.
around that time.
What's your opinion on Ebro says 50 Cent killed New York hip hop? What do you think about that?
Kind of hard to hear a program director say that the artist killed the New York hip hop
Yeah.
scene when you're the program director. 50 can't tell them what records to play and not to play on the radio. That's up to the program director. So if you're
Yeah.
a dude from California that came to New York, you might want to understand the land that you're controlling the sound of and creating this music for. Like you might want to support other New York artists and other hip hop shows and let them, get that shine that they need. There's dope artists out here. So you can't blame it on 50 when you're the program director.
And they just recently shut down that show, didn't they? Ebro show?
Yeah, they shut it down.
Damn. So did you ever do any acting or anything?
Um, nah, outside of what I did on the Lyricist Lounge show, I did like a lot of background
Okay.
scenes and work on there. So that was it. I do more ghostwriting than I did any acting. I never really had the acting desire like that. But I remember I shot something for Mr. Complex. He was filming some
Okay.
movie and he had me and my boy AL Skills in it, and we played these two artists that had been trying to get a deal. And we shot it, but I have never seen it back. And unfortunately, he recently passed, so I don't know what they're going to do with
Damn.
that footage if it's ever going to come out.
And do you know whatever happened to the Lyricist Lounge? Like, why did they kind of fade out or whatever?
The TV show, you mean?
I mean, wasn't it a whole label or something behind that?
Okay, so the Lyricist Lounge was it was like a platform. I don't want to call it just a showcase, but because they moved around, so it was just a way for
Okay.
underground talent to be heard, right? So this is where you hear
Uh-huh.
of a Quali, a Mos Def, Punch Words, Thurston Howe, whoever else at that time. You know what I mean? So they
Mm.
they created the platform for us to be heard to the point where we went so much, everybody came wanting to see us, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
then they do
yeah,
the
yeah.
album. Then comes the album. So they do the compilation through Raucous, and they put that out. We toured with them and all that. They had us tour the States. That was like my first tour ever. So it was Most Def was headlining, Punch Words, Slum Village was on it, Bahamadia, you had Masterful, other people would just pop in and out the tour and whatnot. So after that came the TV show. While we was creating the Lyricist Lounge Volume 1 album, during the downtime, we was all freestyling in the lounge. Words was acting like a teacher, and we all was acting like students. So, we raising our hands, but we all do it in freestyle form. Somebody happened to be
Yeah.
filming it, and it's like, yo, this would be a dope
Yeah.
concept for a show. One thing led to
Yeah.
another. They pitched it to MTV, and then they get the MTV show, and we go out and we audition and did all this other stuff. I wound up just getting put on as a writer, so I helped write some of the
Yeah.
sketches, the rap sketches, and then I acted a lot in the background with that. And then the volume 2 came out, and then I know the other members of the Lyricist Lounge kind of bumped heads musically and business wise. So one thing led to another where it just instead of it being the original two and Danny, it was like two other guys, Perry Landsberg and Jake Septimus. They got kicked out of the situation, and Danny just took it. They still did showcases and displayed newer talent, but then it just kind of went to a party promoting thing as of recent and whatnot. And every now and then they'll do some stuff. We last year I did the anniversary show that they did in Brooklyn with Raekwon headlining, and they had all of us come out and
Okay.
kind of perform. So they still around doing their thing.
And you mentioned Ruckus, man. I always felt like Ruckus tried to take on too many artists at one time.
Yeah, I mean, it was always an indie label with a bunch of single releases, but then once the Black Star thing kind of flew off, then it just became like a full ledge, like, yo, we have a label now. So then that's when
Yeah,
everybody started running to them with like I think they was gonna sign Chubb Rock. They tried to sign Coogee Rap, or they did, and nothing became of
yeah.
it. The Most Def album, he was doing a Black Rock album. I mean, you know, all that money invested in that kind of made things, you know, kind of not be too fruitful for the label, I guess, because if you're not putting out these releases, you can't make that money back. But yeah,
And
it
I
was a
heard
dope label.
they it was stacked, but I also heard towards the end that they kind of more carried only about like most deaf. Cause I interviewed Company Flow, what's my man's name? Mr. Lynn, I think it
Yeah.
is.
Mm-hmm.
And he said when they were overseas on tour, they were waiting for Ruckus to send them their albums or their single or something to pass, to
Mm-hmm.
promote and pass out while they on tour. And they sent them the Most Def Miss Fat Booty record to pass out.
Oh wow. Yeah,
I was
I guess
like,
at
damn,
that
that's like a
time.
slap to the face. That's a slap to
Yeah.
the face to an artist on the label. Even though we on the same label, yo, we doing our tour. They doing their tour. Let them promote their album on their tour. We promote ours on our tour.
Mm-hmm.
And there's too much of that in the industry, man. There's too what the tribe say industry rule. Was it
4080
10,080 or 3?
record
Yeah.
company people are shady.
Yeah, it's just so much of that going on, man. We about to be hitting the hour mark, man. Before we let you go, is any shout outs you want to do?
Um, yeah, sure. Just shout out to everybody that has listened to my music or heard me rap or came and saw me. I want to thank you guys for your support. Please continue to keep supporting. I got more music coming. I'm trying to finish up this album so I can have it out this year. But there's a few records out right now that you can go on any streaming platform and check my stuff out. You know what I mean? Also, kind of let you know, me and Words is working on an album, so I'm kind of
Okay.
working on two things at once and whatnot. So I got a whole bunch of stuff coming, and just check everything that's out at the present moment right now.
I appreciate you. Shouts out to you for taking time out. We also do music reviews on Saturdays. If you ever want to send a song, I'll send over my email.
Okay.
So you can submit a song for the live music reviews. We usually review all genres of music. And we do like a song of the day at the end of the day. We'll pick the song we feel is the song of the day. And I'm gonna definitely, anything I see you posting, I'm gonna make sure I like and comment. And once I get off here, I'm gonna make sure I clip up a bunch of clips to, help promote the name and brand, man. Cause I've always been a fan of your flow, man. There's some
Thanks.
cats from back in the days I feel like have lost it. And I don't
Mhm.
feel like you're one of those guys that lost it, and I don't never figure that out how it's not like you can't run faster or jump high no more when you're,
Mhm.
musician. It's like I would think you're supposed to get better and better and better through the years, the more you do this.
Mhm.
But I
I
guess that
mean,
ain't true.
I guess you gotta always have that love for it, and stay as consistent as you can. Even though
As you can,
I've been
yeah.
quiet, I haven't released music, I still record and do things. So it's like, what I mean. Like I know the skill set is still there.
Hell yeah. That's what's up. Well, I appreciate you taking the time out. You're more than welcome to come back on. You're a friend of the show. And like I said, I'm gonna be checking. So keep me informed when your album's dropping and stuff so I know.
Will do. Also, soon everybody be able to get the merch, the punchline. You see the hat. So I got the punchline
Okay.
hats. Y'all
Okay.
could DM me if y'all want to purchase one. Just hit me in the DM on my Instagram, punchline underscore NYC.
That's what's up. Well, I appreciate you, man. Enjoy the rest of your night.
All right, brother. You too. Thanks.
All right. All right. Peace. There you have it. Punchline. If you like dope MCs, definitely go check them out. Like I said, y'all might from the lyrics. Got some solo projects on the way as well. He's done Tribe album, Black Star album. Those are some huge albums, especially any Tribe album, man. I mean, there's a lot of people that consider Tribe Called Quest the greatest group in hip hop history. Um, So yeah, and it's hard to argue, man. Every album they dropped was super successful, but definitely go follow them on Instagram. Go check them out on all the streaming platforms. And I appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode of Live from Vietnam. I'm the one and only Paul Masson. Tomorrow we got music reviews, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can submit to livefromfayettenam at gmail.com, MP3 only. And make sure if you submit in the first time, submit your best song at first, man. Submit your best song at first, you know. And some of y'all, man, like, don't get upset under criticism, man. We don't try to trash anything when we review it. We just try to give honest criticism, whether we feel this song, what kind of potential your song really has as a single, man, or even an album cut, whatever it may be. But shouts out to Punchline, shouts out to everybody tune in. um Definitely tune in tomorrow. And I gotta wrap it up. We got the bare knuckle here for BKFC. It's starting in probably like 9 minutes. So y'all can also go check out BKFC. It's on Amazon, Fubo Sports, and the BKFC app. Go follow the Paul Pickett podcast. And don't forget that this podcast is brought to you by Dizzlebrand.com. And before we go, we're gonna go ahead and leave you all with a little commercial break, and we're gonna end it off.
Me and my team, whenever we link up, they wanna be drink up. We sit down, relax and have few glasses when there's things to think about. Like I'm nice with the boss when I tend to the bars and I'm not talking drink ups. So tell the bartender that tend to the bar to please pass me a big cup up. And tell that waitress is waiting on us to put a little ice in it. Now watch the ice become weightless like the spaceships that I be sitting in. Now wait and listen, they're waiting for that tropical twist that'll tickle your taste buds. Now taste some. Yo, I insist it's the Dizzle.
Right, I really mean it. You could Dizzle too. Dizzle is a premium luxury liqueur mixed with agave, tequila, cognac, and orange liquor mango mix. Throw your Dizzle on ice and it's nice. Want to order your very own bottle or bottles? Go to dizzlebrand.com. Excuse me. Follow on Instagram at the Dizzlebrand. And also, shouts out to my man Chris Roker right now. He's at Happy's Liquor in Los Angeles, or no, Long Beach. Happy's Liquor in Long Beach, and he's doing a Dizzle taste test. So he's giving out free shots of Dizzle. So if you're in California, Long Beach area, go up to Happy's Liquor and get you a shot of Dizzle. And if you like that Dizzle, go get you a bottle of Dizzle as well. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Peace, and we out.